Hello and welcome. In this video series, we will learn to create games using the Scratch platform. Alright. I am going to assume that you are a complete beginner while explaining the concepts. In this video, we will learn the basic components of the Scratch platform, and then from the next video onwards, we will start to create games. Alright? Now, without delay, let us start. First, go to google.com and search for Scratch. And then click on the first result which says scratch.mit.edu. Now here you can click on join Scratch and make an account to save your games, or you can just click on create and start creating games. Okay. I will explain how to join Scratch later, but for now, I will click on Create. When you click on Create, this is what loads up. Close all the pop-ups and you are good to go. Alright. Now, on the left side of the page, you have blocks of code arranged in various categories according to their functionalities. Alright. So if you want to use any of these blocks, all you have to do is click, drag and drop it here. Okay. So you have to drag and drop to the center area. If you want to delete these blocks, then all you have to do is drag and drop them back. Okay, like this. Alright. Now, this here is called as the stage. Okay, and this is used as a reference while creating games. Now you can change the view of this by clicking here or by clicking here to go full screen. To come out of the full screen, click here. Okay. For now, we will leave it like this. Alright. By default, when you arrive at this page, you will notice a cat at the center of the stage. Okay. Now this cat character is called as a sprite. Alright. The characters that we use in our games are called sprites. And we can select sprites here. Okay. So if you click here, you will get a gallery of sprites. So if you want any character from this gallery, you can just click on it. Let me click on this apple. When I click on the apple, it gets loaded onto the stage. Okay, you can click and drag the sprites like this. Okay, or if you do not want any of these sprites, then you can just click on the sprite that you do not want and click on this trash can symbol and then click yes. Okay, so the apple sprite got deleted. Now this sprite is on the stage, and below the stage we have all the options corresponding to this sprite. Okay, so currently the size of this sprite is 100%. If I want to increase the size, then I can just type the size here. Let me now enter 200 and hit the enter key on the keyboard. So the size gets doubled. I will enter 60 or 30 here and hit enter. So the sprite becomes small. And in this way, you can change the size of the sprite to any value that you want. Okay. For now, I will keep it 100, which is the default value. Next, by default, the sprites will be pointing in the right direction. Okay, pointing in the right direction. So here we can come to know the direction in which it is pointing. So if you click here, you can see a right pointing arrow. That means it is pointing in the right direction. So if you move this, you can see that the direction in which the sprite points changes. Correct? Like this. Let me keep it at 90 itself. So I will enter 90 and hit enter so that it points to the right. Okay, so you can change the values here to change the direction in which it points. All right. Next, by default, this sprite is named as sprite 1. If we want to change the name of this, then all we have to do is type the name here. So I will enter cat. Okay, now cat is the name of this sprite. All right. We also have x and y values here, about which I will explain later. Okay. Next, let us choose a background for our game, and that is done using this option. Choose a backdrop. Okay, this is for selecting a sprite or a character, and this is for selecting the background. Okay, so if you click on this, a gallery of background opens, and you can select any one of these by clicking on it. Okay, so let me click on castle 2, and the castle 2 background loads up. Okay, background is called backdrop in Scratch. Okay, now here we have paint option, surprise option, upload backdrop option, and here we have paint, surprise, and upload sprite. We will use these later in the series. For now, I do not want to explain every option and confuse you. Alright? Now, what you must know is that this stage has x and y axis. Okay, now here, now around here is the center of the stage, and the center of the stage corresponds to x0 and y0. Okay, just like the graph that we had in our school. Okay, so this stage has x and y axis. This is x, and this is y axis, and the 0 of x and y is at the center of the stage. Okay. Now, what is being displayed here and here is the location of this sprite on this stage. Okay, meaning this cat is at x minus 51 and y minus 64. Okay, so if I move this here, you can notice that the value of x and y changes. Right now, this cat is at x minus 99 and y 110. If I move it here, then the value of x is 151 and y is 114. Okay. So as I move this sprite, you can see the x and y values changing according to the corresponding point on the stage. Alright. Now, if I want this sprite to come to x0 and y0, then all I have to do is enter 0 here and enter 0 here and hit the enter key on the keyboard. Okay. Now the sprite is at x0 and y0. Okay. Now you may ask me, which part of this sprite is at x0 and y0? And for your question, the answer would be the center of the sprite. Okay? For all sprites, the center point of the sprite is what goes to the x and y values that are provided here. Okay. Now if I type 10 here and 100 here, it is the center of the sprite that goes to x10 and y100. Okay. So this is about the stage and the sprite. Okay. Next, when you click on the sprite, you can see that there are 3 areas corresponding to this sprite. The first area is where you have all the codes. Okay, this is where we use the blocks to create a game. The second area is for the costumes. Okay, sprites have costumes, and we will learn about costumes in detail later. Okay, and the third area is for sounds. Okay, we can make use of sounds in our games also. For example, let me quickly play this. So this is a meow sound, and we can use this sound in our game if we want. Okay, and here too we have a gallery of sounds. So if I click on this choose a sound option, we will be presented with all the sounds that we can choose from. Okay, now I will click on back because I do not want to select any sound. Alright. Okay, so I will go back to code area, and this is where we had started. Okay, yes. So this is about the basics of the Scratch platform. Okay, we have a lot of things to learn, which we will learn slowly as we progress through this series. All right. Okay, so now I will create an account on the Scratch platform. All right. So now I am on the Scratch website, and here I will click on Join Scratch. And when I do that, I will be taken to this web page. Okay. Now here I need to enter a name that is not my real name. Okay. So whatever I enter here will be my username. So here I will enter code kid and I will click here. And when I do that, it says that this username code kid is already taken by someone else, and so I cannot have this as my username. Okay, so here I will enter 2 and I will click on password, and once again it says username taken. I will try other numbers 26 and I will click. So here I will say 2626 and I will click enter, and this is fine. So you can have something like this, or you can have one more number. Okay, so it is left to you. So I will have code kit 26265. Okay, next we have to create a password. I will type here, but before I do that, I will uncheck this show password. Okay, and I will enter my password and I will re-enter it here. Okay, after that I will click on next, and here it asks me what country do I live in. So I will select India as I am from India, and I will click next, and it asks me when I was born, and here I will enter my year of birth and month, and then I will click on next, and let me close this. It asks me my gender. I can just click on next if I do not want to select anything, but let me select male and click next, and here it asks me for my email ID, where I will enter my email ID, and now I will click on this and select create account. Okay, and when I do that, I will receive an email like this: confirm your Scratch account. So I will click on this and click on confirm my account to confirm it. All right, so that's it. My account is created. All right, now I can click on create and start building games. Okay.